Welcome to the MagiReco news. I'm your anchor, the Our top story today. My skin is pretty white, but maybe it should be a little bit more tan. We are going to a completely different space and a completely different time. That's right, we're going to travel to the new next event in the Puella Historia story. Now, I know that last time I sort of went on about how Puella Historia is not actually main story, even though maybe it should be. Well, the developers, I guess, kind of agreed with me, because they're basically just saying like, hey, it's main story now. Now they're just basically saying like that event that we just had, that was just an event and not main story. Well, we're going to go back on our word and it's main story now. So it's being added to the main story tab, and I think this event will also going to be added to the main story tab after a while. I don't know if it's going to be added immediately, but maybe they're going to be something like, okay, if you're here for the event when it happens, you can play the event, and then you just don't get it until a few weeks later, and then a few weeks later it's gonna be added to main story tab or something like that. I don't know, but the point is, yeah, like it actually is main story, okay? Even though it's kind of like not main story, because when it launches it's not main story, it's an event, but then it becomes main story later. Weird shit what happens, which is why this is not really arc 3, this is arc 2.5 or something like that. And of course there's going to be some campaign about this with this event, like half AP double experience, like half XP, like half AP double XP happens so often it might as well be on like all the time, almost is what it feels like. And yeah, like bonus missions, you just log in every day, you do your normal dailies, and after a while you just have all these missions complete and you get bonus memoria for doing that. And these are just extremely simple, like attack up and defense up, but like a little bit. I mean, it's okay if you have like a fresh account and you don't have many great memoria, then just getting some 4-star memoria for free is pretty darn good. So for that, it's actually kind of alright. And the other one is, I think, fire attack up and blast up, which is, I guess, fine, but we have way better ones out there, even for free-to-play players already. But like I said, if you don't have any good ones right now, hey, that's some way of getting some. More importantly, the actual character, it's Whitewash McFace. Her name is Ebony. And okay, I'm gonna have to do a quick little thing about this. I'm not going to actually talk to people about this. If you leave comments about this, I'm not going to interact with you. I'm not going to talk about this people on Twitter or Reddit. I value my life. I'm not going to talk about this on Discord or anywhere else. I'm just going to say this right now. This is my stance. I'm going to say my stance and then just move on and never mention it ever again, because I value my life and my time. I don't want to get mired down in dumb bullshit. So I'm going to say the following. I know that, yes, there were technically some white people in Egypt, because they were like, there were a lot of Greeks, for example, were coming around. There were other people, like a lot of people from all kinds of places in the Mediterranean Sea were coming to Egypt. Of course, there were some white people around, but this is a character who probably is actually born Egyptian and works, we know she works at Cleopatra's court. So would it have been too much to ask to, I'm not gonna say make her black, but at least make her tan? Couldn't she at least have been a little bit tan for some fucking diversity, instead of making her completely fucking white as paper? That is my stance, and I'm fucking livid that I'm gonna have to do, because the thing is, I'm a mod admin actually on the MagiReco Discord. I'm gonna have to be dealing with this kind of shit for the next few fucking months, of people on the server being like, oh, why is she not tan? And you know what, I agree, but I'm gonna be the one who has to moderate all of the discussions around that topic, and I don't want to have to moderate those fucking discussions. I want to be able to just, just not worry about this and just move on. We can all agree that yes, she should have been tan, and just move on, even though you're technically the work by people. Fuck off. Her actual character though in the game, that was my stance, moving on now, is that she's busted as fuck. She is actually extremely fucking powerful. Some people have already said that, yeah, she's kind of like Mikage, but has additional stuff on top of being Mikage, which, if that sounds crazy, yeah, kind of is. Yeah, Mikage has her uses with Excel Draw. We don't know if she has Excel Draw as a personal, but the point is, yeah, if you know what kind of Mikage is about, being someone who gives a lot of buffs to the entire team, like a crap ton of buffs to the entire team, with really fast Magia while being triple XL. Yeah, she basically does that as well. So what Ebony's kit is, she is triple XL Magia type character. She gives, let me look it up, she gives damage up, and most importantly, MP restore on her connect. So already having an MP restore connect is already pretty darn fucking good. It also gives dazzle, which is probably the best ailment to put on someone, but that said, ailments are not that important. But still, the MP restore is gonna do really fucking well. be Magia. And I'm gonna go straight to Doppel because you're not gonna Magia with her ever. You're gonna always Doppel with this character. And she's Magia type, so with triple XL, she's gonna be generating so much MP. You're gonna shoot all the way straight to Doppel every single time anyway. Especially if you run her on a Magia team, which you should. And a lot of other dark characters like Kurue, for example, can restore MP anyway. So you're probably gonna have a lot of MP restore and you're gonna get to Doppel. So the Doppel does the following. Its attribute strengthened damage, sadly to a single enemy, because she's not entirely broken, only like 99% broken, and her having a single target attribute strength from Doppel is like the last 1% that was missing. Like if this was AoE, then she would already be the best character, probably maybe this entire year, even at the end of the year. But what else does it do? It gives Dark Defense down to the enemy. Now, Dark Defense down basically means that all your dark attacks deal a percentage more damage. So let's say you put 10% Dark Defense down on the enemy, that means that all of your dark attacks now deal 10% more damage. Now, it has the blue shield symbol that is the same symbol as Defense down, but it is completely different from Defense down. It's completely its own thing. It works completely separately from normal Defense down. So yeah, you just deal a percentage more dark damage, which makes this extremely fucking powerful because it's on top of everything else. This is not just a 20% damage up, which then gets put into a pool with all the other damage ups. No, it's a completely separate thing that is on top of the entire damage that you already deal, which makes this an insanely powerful effect. And a lot of other characters had similar effects already, but only on, like, their active. And if it's on the active, okay, your spirit enhancement active is gonna be available maybe once a battle, so it's not that overpowered to just have one. But she has it on Doppel, and she can spam the fuck out of that because she's a triple XL Magia type character who plays on an MP restore team. She's gonna be spamming the fuck out of the enemy with Dark Defense down, and guess what? On Doppel, it lasts 3 turns, so you can stack that shit up, and it already sounds pretty damn fucking broken just with that. But then on top of that, get this, she does attack up to all allies for 5 turns, dark attack up to all allies for 5 turns, and damage up to all allies for 5 turns. And yes, I know I just mentioned everything that Mikage does, plus dark attack up. And Mikage was already fucking busted. So she does everything that Mikage does, but she also gives dark attribute attack up, and she also gives dark defense threat, which is fucking insane if you have a dark team. But even if you don't have a dark team, then she still gives Mikage buffs. Yeah, that sounds kind of fucking busted, doesn't it? What else do we have? Her active is Dark Attribute Attack up and Magia damage up to all allies for a turn, because for 1 turn you be even more fucking powerful. Wow, fucking great. She passively regenerates MP at the start of the battle like twice. For 2 turns she generates a bunch of MP. We're gonna have to see how much that actually is if you also factor in MP bonuses into the equation, but she's gonna be regenerating a lot of MP just by existing in the first 2 turns. Kurue does something similar, but she regenerates for 3 turns, but she regenerates less MP. We'll have to figure out how much it actually is. She also, because she was busted enough, when the battle starts, she gives everyone passively for the entire battle for infinite turns Dark Attribute Attack up, you're getting seeing a message here, Dark Attribute Attack up, and Excel MP up to all allies. Isn't that fucking great? You just put her in the team and the entire team already gets passively Excel up and Dark Attack up. Which, yes, were usually reserved for some things like EX bonuses, but EX bonuses don't really mean anything anymore. We're just getting this shit now as a spirit enhancement. And these are just 4 of her spirit enhancements. The other one is ignore Magia Seal, which, whatever. If she has like MP start or whatever as one of her other notes, she's immediately insanely busted. But right now she's already pretty darn fucking busted. We also need to take a look at what her personal is. If her personal is Exeldra, we're looking at probably the best character of the entire year. So yeah, it's kind of fucking busted. Not to mention that, of course, she's an Opal unit like Kimochi. If you use it on Kimochi, then yeah, the enemy just fucking explodes. That is the Opal Kimochi. But even outside of Opal Kimochi, her dark buffs are so fucking insane, and even outside of dark teams, even outside of Kimochi and even outside of dark teams, she still gives Mikage buffs. Fucking busted, man. Her first Memoria is Magia damage up, Doppel damage up, and Dark Attribute Attack up to self. And quite a lot of it as well. Wow, great. Put this on your damage dealer on the Kimochi and they're gonna fucking make the enemy explode. Wow, it seems like this character is extremely busted, and so is her Memoria. Wow. And the other one is attack up and defense down, like, who cares? Yeah, looking pretty fucking strong, doesn't it? So, and the actual event itself, not as important as the unit, but the actual event itself is like, yeah, she serves at the court of Queen Cleopatra, which Cleopatra is of course the Caesarian Cleopatra, because there are like 20 of them and like 40 Ptolemies. Look at that family tree, it's fucking insane. And yeah, it's a double tower, so I know we just had a double tower, but here's another double tower, and you're gonna enjoy this double tower because of course you enjoy double towers. And yeah, that's why there's nothing really too special about this event. That there's a special background, as you can see, that you can get from this, but that's about it. Also, and I know some people have been talking about it, so I might as well mention it. The voice actor, I usually don't talk about voice actors, but some people have to talk about it. The voice actor for this character is the same voice actor as Makima from Chainsaw Man. I didn't watch it because I haven't watched the anime like the last 3 years outside of MagiReco and JoJo. But yeah, if you like Chainsaw Man, if you think Makima is fucking great, then yeah, that's the voice actor for her now. Great. So yeah, that was that. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. Don't you dare talk about the controversy in the comments or I'll fucking ban you. And I'll see you guys next time.